Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is MEMORIAPOLIS. So this is a new city builder, came into early access about 2 weeks ago, or just under 2 weeks ago. It's from 5PM Studios, it's available on Steam. And it's a city builder with some interesting ways of going about things. So we'll dive in and have a look. Bear in mind it is in early access. There's a lot of game mechanics and things still to come and still to be worked on. So let's bear that in mind as we go through. We'll go through it on classic mode. So we have a limited amount of time in each era before moving on to the next one. There is the experimental endless mode. Highlighted, it's experimental. So we'll stick with classic mode. Okay, our destiny. The city will need a strong, independent leader who will not back down in the face of any obstacle. What kind of example do you want to set for your citizens? Okay, do we want to be a craftsman, a trader, a strategist, a politician, a philosopher, or a priest? So, craftsman, we get 25% more natural resources. Okay, useful. Traders, trade routes continue to generate passive income when caravans travel. Okay. Incidents are 20% less likely to occur in spread. Okay, so that's sort of basically civil unrest and disagreements between factions and things like that. Politicians, 2 additional decrees can be issued simultaneously, and the cost is reduced by 35%. Okay. Philosopher, cultural buildings offer 15% more satisfaction. Also useful. Or priests, the population regularly makes offerings of random resources. Okay, so they're all sort of background useful passive effects. So, resources are obviously going to be useful. We have to collect resources in order to grow the city. Trade routes generating income. Might be useful. Seems less useful than the resources, certainly. Incidents less likely to occur and spread. Could be useful. I still think resources are best at the moment. Again, decrees are useful but need to be worked on a bit more, I think. That's quite a good one. 15% more satisfaction from cultural buildings is useful. But I think we're going to go with a craftsman for the resources. Okay, our city name and our name. Well, that's obvious. That's going to be... So, the city is going to be Stormhaven, obviously, and I am John the Magnificent. Clearly. And then we get to customise our coat of arms, which I have done. You can get to choose shield shape, and the colour of the shield, and the outline colour. So I've gone with a white shield with a black outline. The glyph I've gone with a crown, and we can turn on a gold effect, so that becomes a little bit more gold, which is nice. And we can affect things like the thickness of the outline, and then we get to choose the actual design on the shield. I've gone for a cross because, you know, English. We can change the design on the shield itself. I quite like the sort of sunburst effect, so we are going to go with that. And we can increase or decrease the occurrences. Oh, I do like this. This is very nice. But yeah, that's our coat of arms. So, let's go. Okay, here we are. This is the map. There are various starting locations, as you can see. It's quite expansive. But we're not going to see most of the map once we start playing anyway. Let's have a look. Riverside is recommended, is it? Sure. What about roadside? Where's that? Oh, all the way out here. That's quite a lot of open space. That's not bad at all. We might have problems getting some resources, but we do have a fair mix around here, I think. Yeah, okay, let's go with the roadside then. Let's place our ancient camp. This is our town centre. I guess we'll stick it pretty much... Oh, let's have a look. What have we got? We need access to a bunch of this. So let's put it here. So we've got access to... You see the circle is our building range. That's where we're allowed to build. That will grow, but not by a huge amount. We can extend it with some buildings, but again, not a huge amount. So let's pop that in by the road here. That should give us access to wood and stone, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So the start of Antiquity. We have 1,250 turns. Your family has made this fertile and welcoming land its own. Feel free to decide your own destiny. This is the beginning of your dynasty. Starting with a simple camp, you'll have to develop an autonomous city that harvests its own resources, boasts a flourishing economy, and attracts other citizens to survive the ages. The goal? To make this future city one of the most important in the world, but be warned, your time is running out. Okay, let's get going. Right, let's pause for a second and have a quick look at the screen. So, resources at the top. Food, wood, stone, clay, sand, and precious stones. We've then got money. That's how much gold we have. We have blueprints. That's how we basically upgrade stuff and buy new stuff. That's our resource points, essentially. That's how many inhabitants of the city there are at the moment. Yep. And that's how many available workers we have. This is wanderers. People who can't find places to live become wanderers. And then they'll move out. Basically, you need to sort of improve the situation for the people so that they'll turn back into workers. Yeah. Camera movement. Yes, we can do that. Thanks. Safety zone. The safety area, security area is a circular... I can't read. Let's try again. Safety zone. The security area is a circular boundary around your city centre. With a few exceptions, building beyond is forbidden. You can increase its size by improving the level of the city centre, or by building surveyor cabins and wonders linked to it. Okay, that's here. That's what we've got to build in. Classic resources. Resources are produced using production buildings. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. That's down here. These are our building types. This is our build menu at the bottom. This is our general sort of city information window at the side. So most of these are closed and will be for a while. This is our research tree. So we've got cutting camps, small farms, and small quarries already unlocked. We can upgrade those later on. We haven't got any cultural buildings, and we've got the surveyor's cabin that is locked. That increases, or that can be built at the limits of your security zone, and that projects a building area around it that can then be used for other buildings. And then you've got service buildings and wonders as well. We're not going to bother with any of that for the moment. We should be fine, he says. So, first of all, we want to get ourselves some food coming in. So, with food, you place the farm, and the farm will place its own fields. So, I'm going to place it right on the boundary there, so it's got plenty of space to build. Requires 10 logs, 10 stone, 16 workers, and 10 cycles to build. So, we'll pop that in there. We also want a cutting camp for logs. You can see that it tells you basically how many resources are within reach of it when you put it down. If we put it on this side, we will get much more. So let's put it about here. We can spin it around so it faces the road. There we are. Nearly 6,200 there. That will keep us going for a little while. That's good. And then we want a quarry. We want stone. Let's see if we can fit that in anywhere. What have we got access to here? 2,600 is probably about the best we're going to get, I think. Let's spin that around. 2,920. One thing that does get me is that we can't build quarries outside of a rocky area, which seems counterintuitive at best. There we are, 2,920, that will do to start with, and we will be collecting stone. Okay, so as I said, there may be some issues getting some other resources. If we get a surveyor's camp down here somewhere, we might be able to get hold of sand. Or if we come across this way, we might be able to get sand. And ideally clay as well, because we'll want that. Okay, let's unpause and let them build. I'll spin on until the building is done. It doesn't take long, like I said, it only takes a few moments to get things built. Right, I will immediately stop because we have ourselves our first residential areas going in. Now, these appear automatically. Number of citizens, number of wanderers, and any cultural buildings that are placed near it. We don't have any cultural buildings yet, so we can't do anything with that for the moment. Over here, our farm is in, and it's placing its first field. So as you can see, they take about 5 turns to produce, and then it will start producing food from that, and the farm will make another field. Like so. Our woodcutter is in, and we'll be collecting wood. Okay, that's good. Right, let's have a look then. There's not a lot we can actually do for the moment, so all we need to do, really, is this. Oops, I didn't mean to close that. We need to get the prerequisites to upgrade our city centre to an improved ancient camp. So for that, we need 106 wood. We're not far off of that. 44 stone, which we have, and time. But we also need 90 workers. At the moment, we only have... we need 9... Is it 90 workers or 90 inhabitants? 90 inhabitants. Yeah. So we've got 55. That'll take a little while to grow up. So let's have another look. Is there anything else we can grab? Probably not. Okay, in which case, let's unlock a surveyor's cabin, shall we? It's free, so we can unlock it anyway. Now, when we put this down, as you can see, it has to be placed on the edge of the construction zone. So if we pop that in about there, we might be able to get access to some of that there, and hopefully, he says, hopefully there'll be, there's almost certainly sand, because, you know, we have sand right here. I'm hoping there's going to be clay, because that does look a bit swampy, so hopefully we'll be able to get some clay from there, because we will need that reasonably soon. Okay, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 districts by the looks of it, which is good. We'll need to upgrade this as soon as possible so that we can start unlocking culture buildings. Yeah, we are literally just waiting for the people to move in now, so that will just take another couple of turns. Okay, we have access to this, so let's see if we can get a quarry. Yeah, we can get sand, and there is clay further on. Okay, so if we pop it... Oh, that turned it around the wrong way, never mind. $3,900, or we get 4,000 if we move this way a little bit. There we go. You are going to get sand, please. There we go. Okay. 81 inhabitants. I'll spin on till we've got 90. There we go. That didn't take long at all. Okay. We have got enough to improve our ancient camp to level 2. So let's do that. 10 turns. Let's spin on till that's done. As you see, our farm is still producing fields here. So it's really keeping our food up at maximum. And there we go. We now have access to cultural buildings, ceramic workshops, arenas, esculapiums, agoge centres, via edificium, and for you may be able to tell I'd never studied Latin, but these provide satisfaction various satisfactions from each one. So we can get health, safety, belonging, self-esteem, and creativity. And these have appeared over here. So our current status is fine. But as we grow, there will be more demands. Okay. So, what do you want? A surprising land. Some citizens came to wake you up early this morning. It seems that ancient ruins have been discovered at the edge of your security area. Ooh. Okay, so we have ourselves some ancient ruins over here. What can we do with that? We can demolish it and gain some stuff. Or we can repair it with stuff that we don't yet have. Or we can leave it for the moment and deal with that later on. That's probably the best idea. Right. Let's have a look then. Open the buildings tree. Sure, thanks. Town centre marks the beginning of each age. Depending on its geographical position, it may offer easier access to various resources. Thanks, yep. Bit late for that. Satisfactions log details the effects of each satisfaction on the population. Constructing cultural buildings is the fastest way to increase the number of satisfactions. Great. Okay, right, let's have a look. Cultural buildings then. So they are separated into the various sort of faction headings. So we have production, military, religion, education, commercial, and politics. So we have access to the ceramic workshop for production. We are a craftsman. That's our thing. So probably the ceramic workshop is a good start. That's 500 gold. We have 2,500 points at the moment, so that's good. We also have access to the architectural office, which produces blueprints. So, yes, we will definitely be unlocking that as well. That is free, so that's fine. Right, let's have a look at the cultural then. We have 2,000 points left, so we might as well just unlock as many as we can. Let's go with... Yeah, let's get the arena. 3 more. Let's get commercial. Political. Education, definitely. Okay, and then religion or politics. Probably religion is better at this stage of the game, I would think. Okay, so we've unlocked all of those. Now, if we grab, say, Esculapium. There we go. It's quite a large building, as you can see. We'll need to find somewhere to pop it. And I suspect over here is going to be the best place. So we'll spin that round. And if we pop it there, you can see those two districts both indicate a bonus, which is the religion faction, I think, for this one. So if we pop it there, we can then choose which satisfaction we will add to. So let's start with esteem. Since this is religion, we already get belonging. That's automatic. And then the second one we'll go with esteem. There we go. What else do we have? No resources to build anything else at the moment. Okay. But we can build an architectural office, which creates blueprints. And let's pop that out here on the road over here, out of the way a little bit. There we go. That might encourage, because this does produce attractiveness. All of these buildings produce attractiveness, and we can get decorative buildings to pop in later that also improve attractiveness, which improves the quality of the district and so on. So this does produce attractiveness, so it may encourage a district or two to build up around it, which might be quite nice. Spread them out a little bit. Okay, the citizens are happy if they have 1 point of satisfaction in all of the above. Great. Okay, we now have access to service buildings. The Horium, the Macellum. The Horium offers numerous reserve slots and allows the city's various production buildings to be managed more efficiently. Okay, the Macellum allows trade routes to be opened and other towns to other towns in order to buy, sell, and trade resources. Again, great. We have an optional mission. View the attraction in the filter at the top right of the screen. There we go. That's our attraction filter. So, currently we're getting a big boost of attraction over here because we've just built our culture building over here. Great stuff. And we've managed to do that. So, we need to create 4 cultural districts, regardless of which type of culture we use. So we already have 2. We have 2 religious buildings, so we need to save up for some more stuff. Let's go with a ceramic workshop. We need 20 workers for that. Okay. That's not a problem. We just need to wait for that, really. So I'll spin on until we have the 20 workers to build that, and we'll then figure out where we're going to put it. Okay, there we go. We've got ourselves 20 workers. Oh, we can build pretty much anything, but let's go with our ceramic workshop. Can we squeeze that? Oh. We can squeeze that in there. We'll only get 1 building. 1 district, rather, but that's okay. There we are. Right, so what do we need? Well, we could do with safety, and we could do with creativity. This is a ceramic workshop. Let's go with safety here. There we go. So once that's built, we'll get a point in our safety satisfaction over here, in theory. And we need another one. In fact, we need another 2, I think. So next, let's go with... What are you? You're the that thing. Yeah, let's see if we can get this one. So that's 17 workers. We've got all the resources. We just need the workers. So, all building and biomes produce attraction or perturbations. The citizens will come to build their homes as a priority where the attraction is highest. Yeah, as I was saying. Okay. We now have access to production buildings, carvers, and carpentries. We also have access to the construction of ramparts. These can be built from the downtown interface and bring various benefits to inhabitants and constructions within its precincts. Okay. So we need to approve factions, manually accept 1 faction, and then trade with the outside world, unlock the Mycelium, build the Mycelium, open a trade route, and sell or buy resources. Okay, districts over here. Non-destructible groupings of houses formed in the most attractive areas. If they are tinged with culture, they will become cultural districts and may host a faction. And over here, as you can see, faction installation. The faction Heriotes wants to join the city and settle in a neighbourhood of the same culture. In exchange for your hospitality, they provide a list of benefits at your sole discretion. Let's have a look. So we get 0.1 culture points, right? And between 0 and +1 coins every cycle, depending on the tax imposed. Sure. We get plus 25 cultural influence. Good. They like Solidarities of Mithra. I assume that's another faction. And the Ceramic Workshop, which we have, so we get +1 trust. Yeah, okay, well, we'll accept them. There we go. We now have access to more cultural buildings. Brilliant. Great. Right, let's pause for a second. We have a faction. Thank you. Factions settle in districts of the same culture. They play a vital role in the town's development, producing resources, gaining buildings, gaining access to politics, and so on. Each satisfaction has 7 tiers, with cumulative bonuses and malices. A multitude of actions can impact the gain or loss of satisfactions. The more unhappy citizens are, the more incidents are likely to occur. Okay. Good. Right, we're now going to have a look at our factions list. We only have 1 faction. Everything's fine. Great. Okay, what do we want to do then? Get the prerequisites to upgrade the city centre to level 3. What do we need for that? We need wooden beams and 300 population. Wow. We'll get there. We also have decorative buildings. A statue of the founders. That requires clay, which we don't yet have. Okay. Right. We need more cultural buildings for a start. What do we need for these? More workers. Yeah, all needs workers. I think we'll go for the Via Edificium next. So I think that's education, which we could do with. Probably try and squeeze it in over here. Or over here. See what we can do with these districts. If I'm going to put it on this side of the path, I'll put it in over this side. Rather than over here, I think. So I don't want to use too many of the resources that this lumberjack is working on. Okay, so our territory has expanded a little bit, as you can see. Not a huge amount, but that's fine. Right, what have we got? 15 workers, we need 17. Right, let's spin on a little bit. There we go, we've got enough for the Via Edificium. Oh, it's not huge. Let's see if we can squeeze it in over here, shall we? We can, and we can get 3 districts with that. Okay, brilliant. In you go. And what are we missing? We're missing creativity, so let's have some of that. Excellent stuff. Right. Now, trade. What do we need for that? The Massalum. Where is the Massalum? It's in the service buildings. There we are. What do we need to make it? We need clay. Okay. Okay. Right. In which case, let's get ourselves another... yeah. Get ourselves another surveyor over here. Wherever we can. There we go. And then we can get another quarry in, and hopefully we'll be able to get some clay out of here as well. Because we will be needing it. Okay, how are we doing for stuff? Food. Production 57.5. We're consuming 35. We should be okay for a little while, but we will need to keep an eye on that because that does drain very quickly. Okay, there we go. Our Via Edificium is in, and we are getting bonuses to... Oh, we've got several districts over here now. Excellent stuff. So all of these districts now, except for this one, are getting some kind of culture bonus. Yeah, great. Okay, right. Over here, let's stick ourselves in a quarry somewhere where we'll be able to get a decent amount of clay. There's not many places we can pop this. I did see it. There we go. What we got? 1930. That's probably the best we're going to get. All right. We'll pop that in there. Get us some clay, please. Okay. Now, what is next? Well, we can unlock... Where are we? A carver, which turns stone to rubbles, which is essentially stone brick. And the carpentry to convert wood to wooden beams. Now, we definitely need this, because that's what we need to upgrade our city centre. So let's get this, and let's get ourselves a carpentry placed in somewhere. What do we need for that? We need 10 workers. We have 6. All right, well, we have 7. All right, well, let's give us a second, and we'll get that. There we go. Right, let's... where are we going to put this? Let's put this out of the way a little bit. Can we get it in anywhere around here? Yes, we can get it in up here. Let's do that, because industrial buildings like that have an area of malus around them, which affects the districts that pop up near them. Okay, now what don't we have? We have you, your educational, your production, your religion. Okay. Military or you're religious, I think. What don't we have? Okay, we don't have that. Let's get ourselves 17 workers and build ourselves one of those. Okay, there we are. We've got enough to build it. How big are you? You're reasonably large. Okay. Where can we pop you where you're going to be useful? I think if we pop you out here, you're not going to do a great deal at the moment, unless we pop you in like so. But you will encourage... if I put you there, you'll get both of those districts. All right, like that. And hopefully, what do we need? Oh, God, loads of stuff. Let's get some esteem going. Hopefully, that will encourage districts to open up around this side as well. And then we can start moving this way. And we want to do the same up here. Tell you what, let's have a look. What can we unlock then? The Galma Workshop. A Stasio. Whoop. A Templum. A Scholar. A Proletarian. Ooh. Let's unlock a Politics one. Go on. Let's get ourselves a Politics one in there. What do we need to build that? We got everything. We just need 19 workers. All right. I'll spin on till we've got 19 workers. Okay, we're still waiting for workers, but we have ourselves another... we've got Wine Growers Guild. We already have a workers faction in here. But this is a trade one. Alright, hopefully we should be alright. Hopefully there won't be any problems between them and the faction that's in this... Which district is it? This district. The Heliotes. Hopefully we won't have a problem with the Heliotes. How are we doing? 14. Right, we'll spin on until we've got 17. Okay, we actually wanted 19 for the forum, but we have managed to get enough resources to upgrade our town centre. I don't think that will necessarily affect that. No. Let's have a look. Wood we should have... we don't have enough. But we are producing, so that's okay. I'll tell you what, let's build the forum first. Oh, it's huge. Alright, let's put it out here a little bit then. And what do we want? Safety, rather. Okay, and now we need to wait. No, we've got enough. Let's do that now as well. There we go. Right, let's spin on until that's upgraded. This is as close as I can zoom in, unfortunately. So we can't get any nice close-in views of the city. Oh, unless I do free camera. Can I do anything with the free camera? Oh, hello. I can do something with a free camera. That's nice. Alright, well, let's wait until that's built, and then we'll get some nice close-up views of it. Okay, we have ourselves some rewards. Production buildings, tidery and brickwork, and more cultural buildings. And service buildings, the Senatus, the oldest political institution of Antiquity, where representatives elected by the people meet to vote on the rules of society. By building it, you'll be able to access your city's politics and pass decrees. Excellent stuff. Okay, well, let's have a look at our free camera, shall we? And let's see how close we can get to the city centre here. Ooh, it's a bit tricky to use. That's not bad. That's about as close as we can get. That's all right. That looks quite nice. Thank you very much. But I think we'll leave it there for this episode. We will come back for another one. We will come back and have a look at how we develop. As I say, I think this has got some interesting ideas behind it. I like the way that the districts develop on their own. I like the way that you only place these sort of main buildings and kind of hope that it works. I'm still hoping that we're going to get some buildings over here. Some districts opening up over here. We'll need more population, obviously. But hopefully we'll be able to spread in different directions. That has expanded our building area quite a lot, which is nice. Over here, what I will do, I want to put in another cutting camp around here, so we can start clearing out the wood from here. As I say, we will leave it there for this episode. Let me know what you think down in the comments. I think, as I say, this is in early access. This does have some way to go before it's a full game. Currently, there is a little bit lacking in terms of the kind of gameplay loop. It's placing down cultural buildings, waiting for districts to grow, placing down resource buildings to help things grow. Speaking of which, I've just noticed our food is dropping. So let's pop ourselves in another farm. Yeah, we'll pop this out this side. It's not going to get as much. Oh, in fact, no. Let's get ourselves another surveyor's out there. And then we'll put a farm in over here somewhere. Yeah, but as I say, this is kind of the gameplay loop, really. It's placing down resource buildings, placing down cultural buildings, and waiting for things to level up. There is some stuff with, obviously, factions and edicts and things like that we need to get into. But as I say, it is early access, and this stuff is being worked on and looked at. So I'm hopeful that there's a really good game brewing here. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. It really does help the channel out. Oh, hello. I'm trying to end the episode. Do you mind? An emissary brings you a letter from the King of Macedonia, who wishes to conquer territory in order to gain access to the Aegean Sea. He plans to lay siege to Amphipolis and the neighbouring Greek cities and sees you as a key ally. You have the necessary soldiers. Do we? And the Greek cities have coveted resources, but weakening these cities in order to exploit them could be harmful in the long term. You could also seek political and religious support to moderate the king's ambitions. Okay, so we reinforce. At the end of the event, we receive a Tullianum. Good. A prison. Okay, great. But we lose 3 safety for 50 cycles. Okay. Seeking help. We can choose to ask for help and lose 10 gold for 50 cycles. Ooh, we can afford it because we do have an income. And we get a Mysterium, a secretive sanctuary devoted to a deity disclosed solely to chosen initiates and concealed from outsiders. Okay, so it's a secret society. Or we could defend the Greek cities and lose 20 food for 50 cycles. Ooh. We are building another farm. And we'll win the Ludus Magnus. A specialised school dedicated to training new gladiators and placing a strong emphasis on laws and rules. Some former students are adored by the people who are very fond of this type of combat. And has a positive influence on creativity. I think... I think we should... I mean, we can probably afford this the most. That's the one we are most likely to be able to afford. So let's do that. But we will end the episode there. I will pause it in case anything else happens. Thank you very much for watching. As I say, please do give us a like and a subscribe. Really does help the channel out. Please give us any comments down below. And please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been MEMORIAPOLIS. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And bye-bye.